the time came that to see my girlfriend. I haven't mentioned my girlfriend yet, okay? But she gets a mention now, right? Okay, you know, what can we say? She was studying in a university that was quite far away from London, and I used to go and visit her quite regularly. And you know, I was working in the city in London, so it was about time I was going to go and visit. So what I did, went on the train, went up to Bristol, down to Bristol actually, went to, you know, met her at the train station, went to the house, and you know, went into the bathroom, right? Okay, made wudu, she didn't see that, and I just sort of thought, okay, started praying, right? So my girlfriend's sitting on the bed, right, and I'm finishing my prayers, and I turn around, she says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Oh yeah, I became Muslim." "You what?" I'm exaggerating a bit there, okay, but she did scream. She did scream. She did scream, yeah. She screamed enough, and she was upset enough for something to happen, which was, in many ways, a very important thing that happened in my life. A very sad thing, but a very important thing. I'm sure any one of you, which I hope, you know, the Muslims, I do not wish this upon anyone. I do not wish upon my sons or my daughters or any Muslim to get into this whole girlfriend, boyfriend rubbish, because it is rubbish, right? It is heart-rendering, it's soul-destroying, right? There is nothing nice about it except perhaps the sex, right? Okay, but all the other stuff that comes along with it, right? The jealousy, I'm just being honest, sorry if it embarrassed anyone. You know, the jealousy, the stuff that comes with it, all, I mean, it's just terrible. It really is terrible, okay? And I don't wish that upon any human being, in fact. You know, what I wish upon human beings is that they do what is right, the right thing to do, and that's to get married, right? If someone cares about you, you should get married, and you should live together, and you should share a life together, and that's what you should do, right? And that's something that God has given blessings to, right? Whereas as for this girlfriend, boyfriend stuff, you know, anyway. So what happened was, I stopped practicing Islam, because I was afraid that if I kept practicing Islam, I would lose her. And at the time, really in reality, she was probably, in terms of my personal relationships, the most important human being to me in my life. And we had a truly amazing relationship, you know. And so when she freaked out, it was like, okay, I'm going to have to put this on the side and this and that and whatever. And anyway, I just gave up practicing Islam. I didn't say I wasn't Muslim anymore. In fact, I remember that once I was at a party, and I was so drunk, and I was sitting there talking to people about Islam. And there was this group of 5 or 6 people. There was 5 or 6 people, and I was telling them, you know, Islam is really good, and you have to read the Quran and this, and they were going, yeah, tell us more, right? And I was saying, I can't, I'm just too drunk. I said, read the Quran, yeah, it's good, you know, right? That's what my life was, right? My life was really like that. So I still believed in it, and I would even talk to people about it, but I didn't practice, I didn't do anything. But in reality, that was the worst state I had ever been in, because the worst condition you could ever be in is when you know the truth and you don't live according to the truth. That's the worst thing, right? That's worse than not knowing the truth. When you know it and you don't live it, that is the worst. And that is when I started to take more and more. Actually, this is the time when I really almost became a junkie, because the reality was that I really literally knew every morning I'd wake up, I'd say, I have to pray. I have to pray. But then I was running away from that, right? And what also happened was things began almost from that time to deteriorate between me and my girlfriend. Things got worse and worse and worse, okay? So I'm taking more and more stuff, and I'm trying to live in this cloud, because that's all I'm creating for myself, a bubble. I don't want to face reality. My relationship with my girlfriend's getting bad. Anyway, this goes on for 2 years. 2 years, right? Now, 2 years, everything comes to a head, right? My girlfriend is in Spain because she's studying Spanish, and she has to go to a Spanish-speaking country. And I know there's something going on between her and some other guy. I know it, but I'm not ready to face it. I don't want to face up to that. You know, I'm just hiding away from it. And I know something's going on. Anyway, my life is a mess. My parents retired in Portugal. They left Egypt. They went to Portugal, they retired there. They're not Portuguese, but they went to retire there. So I thought, forget this, I'm going to Portugal. I'm going to stay with my parents. I'm going to get away for this, you know, all this confusion in my life. And there I am. And my girlfriend is supposed to join me. And 2 weeks pass and I've heard nothing. Not a phone call, nothing, right? I don't wish this upon anybody. It was terrible, right? And what am I doing? I'm working in the garden, right? Doing some stuff for my mum. 2 weeks have passed. I don't hear. And again, it's one of those moments, those epiphany, you know, those moments when something happens. And I'm working in the garden and I'm just thinking, you know what? You know why your life is a mess? You know. Your life is a mess because you know that Islam is the truth. You know you should be praying 5 times a day and you're not doing it. That's the only reason. There's nothing else. That's why your life is a mess. So I made this prayer. I said, oh God, oh Allah, please let my girlfriend, I didn't say my girlfriend, I mentioned her name of course, but I don't want to mention her name, but I said, let my girlfriend phone. Just let her phone, please. If she phones today, I swear to you, I swear, I will pray 5 times a day. I don't promise I can stop smoking spliff or having sex, but I swear I will pray 5 times a day. I swear, I promise, please. Right? So anyway, I made this prayer, right? So anyway, I go have lunch, come back in the garden, I'm working away, and my dad comes. He says, Ant, that's what he used to call me, Ant, right? It's, you know, my girlfriend, it was my girlfriend on the phone, right? So, wow, I dropped the spade, I went upstairs. You know, the funny thing was, I don't even remember what she said. I was just going, all I was thinking, I have to pray now. That's all I was thinking. That's all I was thinking. So, I put down the phone, I went, I took a bath, I took a ghusl, and brothers and sisters, that's when I started praying 5 times a day. And alhamdulillah, from that day until today, except, you know, if I overslept or something, I've only missed, I will confess, once I missed my prayer on purpose. I could have prayed, but I didn't. Okay, what happened? That was very early on. But alhamdulillah, may Allah forgive me for that. But apart from that, I have never on purpose missed one of my 5 prayers. And that was 20-something 2 years ago now. Alhamdulillah. So